Hello humans and welcome to this video, and you can already see it right there. Today we're going to talk about the VK90. You know why? Because it is unfortunately sold in lockboxes, which obviously instantly, please don't buy them. Also, these lockboxes include the E75TS, which was sold 2 weeks ago, so if you want it and you didn't get it then, that's your problem. And the KBZ90, which is a tier 9 premium, which means it does less damage than a tier 10 and it does less credits than a tier 8, so it's pointless as well. And the Scorpion G, which is a great tank. So that's the two that we're going to focus on today. The drop chance for the VK90 is 3%, and yeah, so that's all you need to know really about the lockboxes, is that they're not good at all. Which means what you should do is maybe either wait for this tank to eventually appear in the shop, or just not get it at all. Sure, the urge to get a good tank is there, but why would you want to get a good tank at a bad price? You know, that's the thing. If one thing is good and the other thing is bad, it doesn't make it worth it. That's how premium tanks work. Same with the Scorpion G, which we're going to talk about later though. But first of all, the VK90. Now, what makes this tank interesting? Well, it's a mouse, but better. As in, it has a better gun than the mouse, you know, it's more accurate, has better DPM, all that kind of stuff. And it's a bit faster, and it's also more armored, kind of. The only downside of this thing is that a lower play is huge, whereas the mouse's isn't. That's really the only downside that this tank has compared to the mouse. So if you do like super heavies, if you do like heavy tanks, then this tank can be the one for you if you can cope with the rear turret, because that is one of the also downsides, which, I mean, the mouse has as well, but still, that you have to put up with. You have also 10 degrees of gun depression over the side, as you can see right there, which is great. However, the side is not as thick as on the mouse or something, so you have to watch out for over-angling, which, you know, you get penned, and you don't want that. Unless you enjoy getting penned, in which case, I don't know what you're doing. But, let's look at this Jagdtiger here. Accuracy is, well, there. Should have been a hit, hopefully. Now we got the yaw down there, which I don't get why there's a yaw down there, but it's life. Okay, let's see. There's rocks behind it, so if we see, yep, solar splash. That's how you know when you hit. Okay, now they're all up there. There's a T-57 back there. I think this is like a situation where this tank doesn't do really well in, you know, in a where the tanks are everywhere, because that's the problem you have with slow tanks. They're very situational, they're very positional, and you can't really reposition too quickly. Obviously, it's a lot easier with this tank than it is with a mouse or something, but still not ideal. Which is like, I think, the biggest downside of super heavies like this. Okay, let's sit here. The Igor did shoot me, but now he can't, so I'll be fine. Oh, we're down to 4 tanks now. Oops. Okay. HE should do here. Use the correct ammo, and now full HP. Yep. Like, I don't really know why they all went down here. But like, if I stay up there, I die. So I'd rather not die for a team that just dies. What the? Okay. Yeah. Wargaming, nice one. It would be hard enough to simply fight the noobs and the actual enemies as well, but having to fight Wargaming on top of that isn't very nice. Okay, well, obviously this is gonna be free loss here because they just died for nothing. Okay, 2.4k. Well, I mean, they're just blocking each other at this point in time. I have the ML being kind of not alive anymore. And now this 183 is probably going to take me out, so I'm going to try to angle towards him. Okay, that's 3.3k. Staying alive. Like, that's really the strong point of the tanks like this. They stay alive for quite a long time. And that's how you allow yourself to do a lot of damage, as you can see, even though when your team isn't doing anything. So that's, I think, one of the things that this thing can do. However, if you are looking to stay alive, the Scorpion G is not the option for you, because this tank is, well, one of the hardest tanks to play in the entire game, and we're gonna end up on the worst map, almost, as well. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of good tank destroyer maps anyway, but still. So, Scorpion G. As you can know, the VK90 has a lot of armor, doesn't have a lot of speed. This thing has pretty much the opposite of it. It does have no armor whatsoever, but it has quite a bit of speed because it's a Panther. Also, Nazi-free camo, which is always a great thing to have. So, I'm gonna go over here. I don't know what T-49 is like. Yeah. I'm gonna go here to just hold that. With the T-49, I wouldn't do that with the T-49 because, like, he has a derp gun, so he can't hit anyone, even if they do go up. So that's not really a good idea there. Okay. Now, the ideal point would be to get over there into that corner, because then I can just pretty much flank everyone. But for now, I'll be happy with this position here. That Slender B doesn't come down. Okay. Well, the thing is, I can get out, no problem. Even if they push, so I'll be fine. Bye, have a great time. And that's about how you have to play this tank. I play it very aggressively. However, always know where your routes out are. Always know where your shots are as well, you know? You have to play this thing with a lot of awareness. Okay, now the Jagdtiger doesn't seem to have a lot of awareness, otherwise he would pull back. Let's take another shot there. I'm gonna decoy that T-49, which means if the Scorpion Jeep, not the Scorpion, the Standard pushes, then the T-49 is gonna get shot rather than me, or he's just gonna get ammo racked. There you go. And that's about how you have to play this tank. Like, in a tank like the VK90, you can trade your own hit points to get damage. In a tank like this, you want to trade your team hit points to do damage. Pretty much. Okay, and that's him dead, and that is a WZ there. Now, the Hori, yeah, the gun's not too big, so I'm not going to have to worry about being slapped with HE for 1,000. But I do have to watch that guy not being very considerable. Mr. Tightman is now dead. Let's go. Oh, 500. Ouch. But yeah, that's how this tank works. 2.2k. It's not a great result. Could be way better, but team just overrun everything. And even though Mines is a pretty shit map, it was a pretty good game. Come on. Let's go. That's not too bad, I'd say. That's not too bad, I suppose. 2.5. There we go. But yeah, just a random game like that. And that is really those two tanks. The VK and the Scorpion. Would I buy the Lockboxes? Of course not. Because what for? There's no point in them. Tanks are pretty good. This thing obviously requires an insane amount of skill. The VK90, well, doesn't as much, but it still requires you to have a brain. If you do have a brain, then you could also consider liking and subscribing. And with that said, thank you very much for watching. See you for the next one. Goodbye.